Morning to each and everyone. My name is Munaro Dikamid from chapter 20. In Hong Kong, 1891 to 92. Decision to return to Manila by May 1892. Rizal made up his mind to return to Manila. This decision was spurred by the following: to confer with Governor Despujol regarding his Borneo colonization project, to establish the Liga Filipina in Manila, and to prove that Eduardo de Lete was wrong in attacking him in Madrid, that he, Rizal, being comfortable and safe in Hong Kong, had abandoned that country's cause. Let's attack, which was printed in La Solidaridad on April 15, 1992, portrayed Rizal as cowardly, egoistic, opportunistic, a patriot in words only. Rizal vehemently protested to Del Pilar, the editor of La Solidaridad, saying, "I am more convinced that Lete, in writing the article, was too hasty, and you permitted yourself to be carried away. Friend or enemy, if the article has harmed me, more it would harm the interests of the Philippines. Who knows, however, if after all it was for the best." Works and writings. Enter the field anew. I am going to activate the propaganda again and fortify the Liga. To Ponce, Rizal confided on May 23, 1892, "I am very sorry that Del Pilar allowed the article to be published because it will lead many to believe that there is really a scream among us. I believe that we can well have little misunderstanding and personal differences among ourselves without exhibiting them in public. As for myself, I always welcome criticism because they improve those who wish to be improved." Last Hong Kong letters, relatives and friends of Rizal opposed his decision to return home because it was like bearding the lions in their den. His sister Trinidad tearfully warned him to desist, for here they will kill you. Not even the fear of death could deter Rizal from his decision. On June 19, 1892, his 31st birthday in Hong Kong. Evidently, he had premonition of his death. For the following day, June 20, he wrote 2 letters which he sealed, inscribed on each envelope, "To be opened after my death," and gave them to his friend Dr. Marquez for safekeeping. In the pages of history, there is scarcely a parallel for these 2 sealed letters, which were virtually Rizal's political testament. For the first letter, addresses to my parents, Britain, and friends, is as follow: "The affection that I have ever professed for the suggest this step, and time alone can tell whether or not is sensible. The outcome judges things according to the consequences, but whether the result be favorable or unfavorable, it may always be said that duty urged me, so if I die, I'm going, it will not matter. I realize how much suffering I have caused you, yet I do not regret what I have done. Rather, if I had to begin over and again, I should do just the same, for what I have done has been only to pursue my duty. Gladly do I go to expose myself to peril, not as an explanation misdeeds. For in this matter I believe myself guiltless of any, but to complete my work, and so that I myself may offer the example of which I have always preached." In Hong Kong, 1891 to 92, a man ought to die for duty and his principle. I told fast to every idea which I have advanced as to the condition and future of our country, and shall willingly die for it, and even more willingly sacrifice all to secure justice. With pleasure, then I risked life to save so many innocent person, so many nieces and nephews, so many children of friends and children too of others who are not even friends, who are suffering on my account. What I am, I, a bachelor practically without a family and sufficiently undeceased as to life. I have had many disappointment and the future before me is gloomy and will be gloomy if lights does not illuminate it with the dawn of a better day for my native land. Should fate go against, you will all understand that I shall die happy in the truth, that my death will end all your troubles. Return to our country and may you be happy in it. Till the last moment of my life, I shall be thinking of you and wishing you all of good for, fortune or and happiness. So the second letter addressed to the Filipino is as follow. The step which I am talking, or rather I am about to take, is undoubtedly risky, and it's unnecessary to say that I have considered it for some time. I understand that almost everyone is opposed to it, but I know also that hard is anybody else understand what is in my heart. I cannot live in I cannot live on seeing so many suffer unjust persecution on my account. I cannot bear the sight of my sister and their numerous families treated like criminals. I prepare death and cheerfully shall life to free so many innocent persons from such unjust persecution. Stated the fact that as present the future of our country gravitates in some degree around me. That at that at my death many will triumph and those many are now. If I were though that I were the only resources for the consummation of a policy of progress in the Philippines, and were I convinced that my countrymen were going to make use for my service, perhaps I should hesitate about taking this step. But there are others who can take my place, who can do my work to advantages. Furthermore, there are perchance those who hold me as unnecessary being, and so many services are not utilized, and I'm reduced to inactivity. Always, always have I love our unhappy land, and I'm sure that I shall continue loving in it till my last moment. If in case men prove unjust to me, my career, my life, my happiness, and all have sacrificed for love of it. Whatever my fate, I shall die blessing and longing for the dawn of its redemption. On June 21, 1892, Rizal penned another letter in Hong Kong for Governor Despujol, incidentally his third letter to the discourteous Spanish chief executive. In this letter, he informed the Governor-General of his coming to Manila and placed himself under the protection of the Spanish government. On the same date, June 21, Rizal, his sister Lucia, widow of Herbosa, left Hong Kong for Manila. They carried a special passport or safe conduct issued by the Spanish Consul General in Hong Kong. Rizal falls into a Spanish trap. Immediately after Rizal's departure from Hong Kong, the Spanish Consul General, who issued the government guarantee of safety, sent a telegram to Governor Despujol that the victim is in the trap. On the same day, June 21, 1892, a secret case filed in Manila against Rizal and his followers for anti-religious and anti-patriotic agitation. The deceaseful Despujol ordered his secretary Luis de la Torre to find out if Rizal was naturalized as a German citizen. as was rumored, so that he might take proper action against one who had the protection of a strong nation. Meanwhile, Rizal and his sister were peacefully crossing the China Sea. They were fully unaware of Spanish duplicity.